Okay, guys, good evening. Welcome to NAC Consult. This is Student NAC. We really appreciate our subscribers and our viewers for liking and also sharing and subscribing this channel. We really appreciate our viewers and everybody watching this channel. Okay, and also learning from this channel. We really appreciate you guys. So, without much further ado, let me just move through with the analysis. Okay, then let's see how it goes for next week. Okay, so for next week, or let's say the next 2 weeks, so this is the daily time frame. Okay, this is the daily time frame, and we predicted that's from the when was that? Okay, let me see. Yeah, from February. Yeah. So those who entered around February, if you are still holding the bag or you are still holding the trade, you are in huge profit by now. And also those who entered around 26th of February also. So we are expecting what 10% to the downside for the S&P. Okay, but for next week going, what I felt will happen is that the S&P has dropped to almost let me say, let me calculate and see, it has dropped almost out of the range. Okay, it has dropped almost 5% to the downside. Okay, and you know that market doesn't just go down straight like that. Okay, they have to consolidate as they go down. Okay, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Okay, so that's what is expected. Okay, that's what's expected. As right now, that's giving us from what what, lower high, lower what, lower high, lower what, lower low. We should be expecting a lower high. Okay, we should be expecting a lower high. Then we go for a lower low. So this is the move right now we should expect on the S&P 500. Okay, and we will get our confirmation from the VIX. Okay, we will get our confirmation from the VIX. So if you are new to this channel, okay, on our daily time frame, the green trend line represents our what? Then the daily time frame, or the green trend line represents the daily time frame, and the white trend line represents the weekly time frame. Okay, that's a trend line which is being placed on the weekly time frame, and both the daily and weekly trend line has been broken by the S&P, giving us the what, the go ahead to what, after what it broke, we wait for a retest. If you guys will remember from our late previous sections that we had, whenever an asset breaks a trend line, wait for the retest of that trend line before you enter for the position or the direction the asset is moving towards. So we entered here. As you can see, the green horizontal line represent our entry, and the golden horizontal ray lines represent our what, our TPs or take profit. Okay, so uh, lucky for us, almost one, two, three, four of our TPs have been hit. It's left with what, the feed one, which is around 6174. And I'm telling you as it is, it will reach there. Guys, it will reach there. Not consult. We are the ones saying it now. It will reach there. Okay. So right now, what we are looking forward from next week going, or Monday, or from next week going, yes, next week or next 2 weeks going to the end of March, is a short pull up, to almost let me, if I'm not mistaken, to almost 6,756. Then what, we wait for what, the pull down, the last sell off, the last sell off. Okay, so right now we've broken what, throughout out, we've gotten a hit on our forward TP, which is around 6648. Okay, uh, and and right now we are expecting a pull up. Okay, or some will say a pullback. Okay, to the upside, and I'm expecting it to hit around 6756 thereabout for it to get a consolidation, then move, continue to the downside. Already the S&P has already covered almost 5%. Okay, from this length. Okay, from this length to here, is 5%. I just did it. Let me just redo it again. Okay, so from here to here, as you can see, 5.07%. The S&P has covered, has already come down to that length. Okay, so guys, let's just continue. So for the S&P 500, bear in mind next week or next 2 weeks, okay, we are expecting a little bit push to the upside. Okay, for the S&P 500. Then by April we should be all by the last week of March. The last week of March, within the first week of April, we should be expecting another sell off to the downside. Okay, so this is for the S&P 500. So let's go to the VIX for our confirmation. Okay, for our confirmation, the VIX for our confirmation. Okay, and bear in mind that as um, this structure is going to happen to the S&P 500, it's also going to happen to the US30, or let me say the Dow Jones index, and also the NASDAQ, or the US 100, which stands for the 100 tech companies in the United States of America. Yes, sir. So we are going to the VIX for our confirmation. So for the VIX, we are expecting the VIX to move this way. We are expecting the VIX to come down. Okay, even though we've already how do you call it? Let me just so we are expecting the VIX to come down. Okay, then go up, just like the S&P. So when the VIX is coming down, the S&P is going up. Kindly put it in mind. Okay, this is indexes that now want to correlate. Okay, if you want to know the direction of the S&P, just look at the VIX. If you want to know the direction of the euro USD dollar pair, just look at the dollar index, which is the DAX. Okay, so I hope you guys have learned something new. Okay, so that's what we do. So for the VIX, the VIX will be going down while the S&P will be going up. Okay, while the S&P will be going up, and okay, so while the S&P will be going what? Will be going up. Then as the VIX move from a downtrend to an uptrend, the S&P move from an uptrend to a downtrend. So this is what I'm expecting the VIX for next week or next 2 weeks. Okay. All right. So let's just move to other pairs. Okay. So now we've targeted, or we've looked at the S&P 500, and as I said earlier, anything that affects the S&P 500, the structure in terms of market structure, the same thing applies to both the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones, or the US30 and the US 100. Okay, so that is that for the S&P, US30, and NASDAQ. Okay, and also the VIX. So we use the VIX as a monitoring, okay, index to look at the market structure of how the world, the S&P, and the other asset class, or the other asset indexes will move. Okay, all right. So let's go to oil. Oil has been a topic from last week, and almost, let's say, the entry of March. Okay, so for crude oil, right now, let me say, okay, so for crude oil, it will go up a little bit more. Yeah, we have that next one. Likely enough, we didn't play this trade. So those who, sometimes you do analysis and you don't place them. So this are one of those analysis. Okay, so for the crude oil, it will go up a little bit further. Okay, it will go up a little bit further. So I'm expecting it to reach 113 again. Right now it's around 98, 98.72. I think there's a gap. I think there's a recent gap. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame grid. So that's the reason why. Okay, so there is a gap which has been created as oil broke out this. I mean, when was the time? I think an hour or 2, yeah, an hour to go here. So as you know already, okay, as you know already, we are expecting oil to go up, okay, to reach our previous TPs, which is 115 and also 113, okay, per barrel, okay. So we are expecting it to reach there. Even though we are expecting oil to reach there, we also know that oil will be coming down, but not now. But for now, it will be going up, okay. Alright, so something like this. We are on the 1 hour time frame, so we will not use the green trend line. We will use what a purple trend line, which stands for all lower time frame trend line what analysis. Okay, so this is how it's going to look. Okay, so this is how it's going to look. We also do another trend line. We also do another trend line just to make sure. Okay, oil will be going up. Okay, oil will be going up. If the war doesn't stop, if because right now, trust me, anything or any services which uses um, oil, or let me say you transporting it, okay, from oil countries to any economy, you should be expecting that the price of those commodities or price of all those things or those assets will be what will go up. So our what our TPs are around what for oil is around 113 what 826 and 115 or 660 per barrel. Okay, that's for oil. That's our target for oil. And I'm looking forward to enter into this year too also. Even though we called it over here, but we didn't enter. We called it around here as our entry, okay, as our entry. But we didn't enter. We didn't. We didn't. So as you can see, we didn't. So that's for oil. Okay, that's for oil. So let's wait for the gap to be closed. Then we made ourselves. Before that, we wait for what a breakout retest. There we go. So this is how it's going to be done for oil. Then breakout, breakout, retest. There we go. So this is how it's going to look. Since the gap, the price wants to enter into the gap to close it. Then from here, we break our trend line, okay, on the 1 hour time frame. Wait for a retest, then we enter long. Okay. So this is how oil looks like for next week and next 2 weeks to come. So let's go for BTC. BTC has been the topic of last week also. Let's go here. So BTC where our trend line is okay. So guys, if you will remember, this was our daily trend line, okay, to give us the opportunity to know when BTC was about to move from the what the bearish market into what an uptrend or a bullish market. Okay, so right now at the moment our daily trend line, which is the green trend line, has not been broken yet. It has not been broken yet. So as I said earlier, we should be expecting a lot of consolidation from that's within 75,243 and also let's say 72,770. Okay. So here's what I'm expecting, okay, for the next 2 weeks. Okay. Bitcoin will go down, up, down. So it's more of okay a ranging market, a consolidation, accumulation, anything that you want to use. Okay. So alright. So we just have to wait. Okay, because just as we called this one when it crossed our trend line, this is a weekly trend line. The white trend line is a weekly trend line. So as it crossed it, I told you guys that what we'll be selling, and indeed it went down. Okay, so right now what we are going to do now is that even though let me enlarge it so that you guys see. So even though we what we've done a trend line here, okay, what I'm expecting right now is that price should hit 55, which means Bitcoin will go lower. Okay, I'm going wide. But as of now that it hasn't crossed our green trend line, which is the daily trend line, we wait. This is why I use it because trend line allows you to let the market come to you. You don't rush the market. Okay, you wait for the market to come to you. The market tells you, Mark, this is the time I want you to step in and go along with me and enjoy the ride. Trust me, enjoying the ride on the S&P 500 was huge. It was good. Okay, so enjoying the ride on BTC is also crazy and it's also huge. Okay, so all we have to do is we have to wait for the market to come to our trend line. We test it. Okay, break it, retest, then we enter for the downside and close our profit whilst it consolidates. Okay, and also wait for our daily trend line to be crossed, retest, then what? We move towards the upside. Okay, so guys, that's for BTC. So we covered BTC, crude oil, S&P 500, and also the VIX. Okay, so guys, let me know the assets you guys want me to look into from next week going. Okay, or probably even from next month going. Any asset class that you want me to do analysis on. Okay, to let's see where the direction the market is going. Okay, so this is for BTC. So for now, BTC is very volatile. Trust me, very volatile. But in within this volatility or within this ranging market for how many months? From February of this year, I don't know when it will reach up to maybe April or maybe March or May. Sorry, May, April, May. Maybe that might be where it will end. So let's wait for the chart or for the market to do its own thing. Then we just step in and take the glory, all glory, none be unto the Lord. All right, so guys, this is for the whole analysis. Okay, have a good day, and thank you guys for always liking and subscribing to our podcast. We really appreciate you guys. We really appreciate you guys who like and also subscribe to this channel. We really appreciate you guys. Okay, so in case you want to contact us, you know our email, not consult. Okay, also you go to our YouTube channel, get any information that you want to get across to us, and look into any analysis or any asset class within the financial market that you want any clarity. Okay, so for now, that's what I'll say. Okay, let me see if we have any other asset I would like to look at. But for now, that is it. Okay, so next week, bear in mind the S&P or the next 2 weeks, S&P is going to go up, going to give us a pull up or a pullback for the final sell off to the downside. Okay, and also it affects the US30 or what the Dow Jones, and also it also affects the what the US100 or the NASDAQ index. Okay, so guys, these are the what the asset class we looked at. We looked at the Dow Jones. Sorry, we looked at the S&P 500 and we said it what it affects the rest of the indices or the major indices in the US. And also look at the VIX. We also look at what crude oil, and also looked at BTC. Okay, so next week we're expecting the S&P to go up. Okay, so these are trees. You can also what look into it and prepare yourself. All right. So thank you guys for what staying tuned until we meet again next week. Kudos. Bye.